Hi, welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion.
I'm Darby.
I'm Alexis P. Bevels. The P today stands for Pride. Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Happy being gay.
Darby.
And nothing else. What?
On the way over here. So you saw I was wearing this shirt but some black shorts.
Happy Pride.
And I was wearing a scarf on my head, but otherwise I was full beat. Couldn't find access to a car or scooter, so I had to walk here. But it was actually really nice.
Oh no.
But on the way here, I passed by a...
I wondered why you were so out of breath. I asked if you were okay, and you said yes. I wish you'd said.
I am okay.
I
was okay.
Worked out. No, I know. But I wish you had said that you had just done an extreme workout.
Oh yeah, walking is extreme workout.
15 minutes? Are you okay?
I'm okay. Well, let me tell you, an old couple and a dog, they were walking by me on a sidewalk where we couldn't avoid saying hi to each other. And I smiled at them, and they go, "Happy Pride."
Yeah.
I go, "Oh, thank you."
That's nice. That's
It was
nice.
sweet. It was sweet.
You know
but
what?
It's also kind of...
I know we're not doing Target anymore, and we shouldn't, and I think it's great. But the Target Pride section really started something. Now straight people know about Pride. Thanks, Target.
Yeah.
Also, fuck you, Target. Do you know that NASCAR has their own Pride merch, and it's called YASCAR?
That's so funny.
It's so good.
They need to do something with Drag Race.
I want it. I want it. Why?
Danica Patrick.
I think she's a conservative.
Well,
isn't she?
Yeah, but she's a drag racer, and she was in that movie, The Little Rascals, when we were little. The one that when we were little, not the original one.
What?
We're not that old. Wasn't she in that movie, Little Rascals? Because their whole thing was they were doing little race, and they were excited to meet the star racer, and then she takes her helmet off, and it's a girl, and they're like,
Oh yeah, she's MAGA. She can eat my ass.
then fuck
Danica
her.
Patrick. In Pride Month, all I want for you is to eat my ass.
Well, her name is Danica. That's got to be hard to grow up with in the
That
U.S.
is really tough.
In the U.S.
Yeah. Let me zoom down a little. Sorry, everybody. I gotta zoom down because...
Buy me dinner first.
I want you to see, like, her gorgeous tits and my flower.
Look at these
Not
lovely
my-
big tits.
Not my, like, flower. You know, my cloth flower. Not my body flower. Not my flesh flower. Don't be misogynistic. You're a woman.
I can't be
You
misogynistic.
are a woman. Hear you roar. I wish I could ignore you.
And I felt those all across the land. Yes, and just like that, season 3 has premiered. Everyone is dogging on it, but I was just telling friend of the pod, Bop, Bessie of Pod, Rachel. We've heard my speech about I'm going to support these gals. They're my team. They're my
Island
Yankees.
gal.
They're my Red Sox or whatever. I'm gonna wear my lucky jersey and I'm gonna sit down and watch every single game or whatever they do. And yeah, this was kind of a nothing episode. But here's the thing:
You have to have nothing to have something.
Sex and the City, proper original, was written mostly by Michael
By-
Patrick King, and he
While on cocaine,
is a
clearly.
gay man of a certain age, so his jokes are corny. However, they're very charming when they're coming out of these gorgeous, cosmopolitan, beautiful women wearing fancy clothes. That's charming.
Ugly
but now
clothes.
we're
Some of it's
seeing...
ugly. That hat. I saw the hat.
Oh, I loved it. And that's
I
another
know
reason
you
that we're
loved
watching
it.
is because
I know you
now
loved
we can all be like, what the fuck is she wearing? Because Carrie
Yeah.
Bradshaw would wear crazy hats like that.
She's a bad character.
Actually, Sarah Jessica Parker...
She's a bad person.
She's not a bad person. She's a human.
She's a bad character.
She's a complex character for television and film.
But if we had to black and white it, because the world is black and white, there's no nuance. This is the
No,
internet.
the world is not black and white.
She's a bad character.
It's rainbow colors with black, brown, and cream. What are the new colors?
Trans.
Not new, but what are the other
Trans.
colors? And trans. The world is not just black
Wow,
and white.
trying to erase the trans colors from the flag. Wow, Alexis, you really do contain multitudes.
You are Mistress Isabel Brooks.
I am.
You are a gaslighter.
Can I tell you why? Gaslighter. Can I tell you why?
Yeah.
Because I am loving this.
I am loving this format so much.
So much.
Are
And if
you
you don't like
kidding me?
it,
There's
that's
the door,
fine.
bitch.
That's fine. You don't have to.
I'm not saying
but
that
do
actually.
not ruin this
I was
for
just
everyone
quoting
else.
the girl
Okay?
from Emma Roberts.
I love it.
There's the door, bitch!
I love it so much. And Mistress
Isabel
Brookina,
Brooks.
this was one of my favorite episodes of All Stars ever.
Ever.
I was
Except for maybe the
hee-hee,
Alaska.
giggle,
Yeah.
like
yes.
kicking my feet watching it laughing.
I
Like
know, me too.
had the best time.
Me too.
And, you know, if I were one of the girls in the room where it happened, I would absolutely hate Mistress.
Oh, I don't
But
ever
as
want
a
to meet
viewer,
her. I'm scared to death. I'm going to echo Chapel Roan.
I'm so happy
in
that
all
she
things.
exists.
And I'm going to say, I'm scared of you, bitch. But you're perfection. You're fantastic. I want you on my TV all the time.
Scary. Well, I wouldn't say she's perfection. She's perfect TV character. But I did have some thoughts.
Oh, should we get into the thoughts?
So why don't we just go ahead and get into it?
Ow!
So we open up to the most dramatic scene I think we're going to see for all of
I'm
All-Stars.
obsessed. This is the best way to start an episode.
100%. And if there's more drama coming, it will. Because clearly Mistress is going to take it through to the end because she's proven. But the producers are like, we have to keep her.
But they only have 3 episodes. I'm so grateful they did this, episode 2 of their bracket. Heat,
baby, heat. So we get back to the workroom. The bottom 4 have to get their points away.
Yeah.
Nicole Paige Brooks senses correctly that something's not right.
But she's not trusting herself, and that's a larger problem.
And that's a larger problem. And you know what? In PB, you got to be that ultimate FAG, and you got to go to a therapist.
Yeah.
And start believing in yourself. And this won't happen. So she starts to give her point to Carrie as you know what? I don't fucking trust her. I'm going to give it to you. And then Mistress makes a huge stink after she had already told her to shut up, stop talking, and let's do our points. Because Mistress had this plan in place. And like a bull in a china shop, she is...
And a bully in a china shop.
Pushing over vases to get that fucking point.
Yeah.
Is that what they have in china shops?
Vases. I feel like plates.
Plates.
China.
She's pushing over the plate. Okay, the one plate, because they had just sold out. Because China's very nice if you need a plate.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But she's like, no, give me your point. No, we have an alliance. Give me your point. And I'm glad she didn't because of what happened. But I did for a second think oh, Nicole, you should have trusted yourself. But I'm glad this happened. So she gets hers. Carrie's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to give mine to Georges because we're sisters and we have this alliance and it's fine.
Yeah.
And then Mistress immediately, she can't wait. She's like, all right, Georges, now give me yours and I'll give you mine.
Yes. I think Georges is just easily influenceable, but they both ended up with 2 points.
I don't know.
Whereas the other girls didn't. I don't think
Georges
would be that much of a bully.
I think I don't think she's being a bully. I think as the confidence is rising in her, she's on her 3rd run. She realized that she can get on stage and shit, and RuPaul will laugh.
Although
I
did love. She kind of clocked oh, Miss RuPaul loves everything that Lydia Butthole Collins does, so I need to watch out for her.
The substance. She's Georges is Demi Moore. Lydia is the other one. The one with the gap in her teeth.
Margaret Qualley.
I love her.
Did you ever watch Maid? Maid on Netflix? You would like it.
Yes, I did.
I loved it.
I loved it.
I loved it.
You know what?
To-doom, everyone.
You know what I did? I think we flipped as a society. I think so many people have gotten the same teeth that I think we're now kind of back to keep your weird looking teeth. Weird looking teeth are cool.
I thought I was going to get rid of mine. I think I'm going to try and keep them.
I'm going to keep them as long as I can. But then if I were given the opportunity to get new ones and someone else was paying for them,
absolutely. Full dentures.
I would. Absolutely. Yeah. I would.
I'm giving gum jobs all across
If anyone wants to give me teeth that are one color, let me know.
If anyone wants to give me teeth,
just to have,
I will accept them in loose. I do have one. We got a fan. Jessie sent us one.
She's got plenty of teeth.
Or 2. I don't remember. I still have them.
There was multiple teeth. The best part to come out of it though was the face crack of Nicole Paige Brooks.
Yeah.
I love that still image of her. She is in that center part, flat wig again. I know she can't hear us, but MPB, that is not the right
She's taking the note. She's taking the note.
You gorgeous woman.
She takes the note this episode.
She does. She absolutely does. And I was so proud of her.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go to the next day. Lydia finds out she's officially adopted by Mistress.
She's officially adopted by Mistress. I love that NPB FAG says, oh, so you throw your name around like that. That easy, huh? I love it. She's seen Mistress for what she is, and she's not afraid to back down.
She doesn't back down. The power of Christ compels her. I gotta say though, after Mistress's big point steal, little trickery move, it's kind of iffy for Lydia to now side with her. Because siding with her, unless Mistress performs well herself, is not gonna help you in any way. I mean, I get it. I want to splash, and if Mistress was there and wanted to adopt me, I am much older than her. That would be super weird. We'd have to talk about that and just really what that means.
Yeah.
But I get Lydia's wanting to do it.
Here's the thing. We now can establish a pattern. Lydia is drawn to the loudest voice in the room. That's Corey King. in her season, and now it's Mistress Isabel Brooks. And while they might not be the loudest, they are definitely like
dominant.
Metaphysically, the dominant, the dom.
Yeah.
So I get it, and I also think it's fun.
Right, but I'm just saying it's a pretty bold move, knowing that the rest of the cast doesn't trust her, nor do they like her anymore.
But with her doing that now,
Sorry.
at least she's made it even.
No one
because
likes
it's
her.
3 versus
That's kind
3.
of her whole thing. It's like, people don't like me.
I love her.
I love her.
I don't ever want to meet you, and I don't ever want to make you mad. Although I feel like being friends with you is kind of like how Mistress is.
No way.
Gaslighty.
Not to that level. I'm gaslighty in a hilarious way that'll just make you sort of doubt everything you see around you.
Another similarity, you both think you're being funnier than you are.
Yeah, but I'm having a good time.
I'm kidding. You know I'm kidding. You're
Don't
not
touch
that
me.
mean. You're not that mean.
Don't touch me.
You're not that mean.
Alexis,
Yeah.
you're being a little desperate right now. Lydia finds out that she gets to assign the placements for the rap roast.
Oh, it's going to be a rap
battle.
roast. What do you think about this?
It's fine.
I gotta say, I like it. It's a truncated version, and let's pick 2 different episodes and smash them together.
Yeah, I mean,
think
that's kind of an
fun.
all-stars thing, right? As someone who would love to do the roast, I know I don't love seeing it truncated. I love to see people roast. I love to see people do it well. I love to see people flop. Well, I hate it, but I love feeling. You know, I love having feelings.
You need to host a roast this year.
I
Maybe
should.
a Dynasty typewriter. Like, you need
A
to
roast
host a
of
roast.
what?
It can be of me if you want, or it can
No,
be
it's
no.
too
We gotta get
easy.
someone like good,
That
so that
people
way
care
people,
about.
so that way we can get like. See if
Derek Barry. I'll do it. I would love to do a roast.
You have
Absolutely.
to.
So that's why so Lydia's going around deciding the order, and she's asking people where they want to be. She's like, I'm not creating any enemies. Let me just ask people what they want. But with this format, the order didn't really matter.
No, nothing matters.
Because there was that chorus in between each verse, and they were pre-recorded verses. So it's not like, well, I'm going to put her after her because I know she can make funny quips about how bad she was. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that was silly, but we did get something really amazing out of it. We got the dark side of Tina Burner coming through, and that's fun.
Scorched.
That's fun. Scorched Earth Tina Burner is activated. So
Yeah.
she tells Lydia, I would prefer to go last, but sure, I could also open it. So she tells Lydia, I could open or close. Lydia goes to Carrie. Carrie says, I want to close, which was a bold move, Carrie Colby. Bold move.
I have thoughts on Carrie Colby when it gets
When we get
to
there.
it.
Yes, same too. Filled with thoughts. So she's like, okay, great. You want last. Tina said first or last. Great, I'll put you first. So she gave everyone what they wanted. Every single person what they wanted, including Tina Burner. But Tina Burner feels slighted. I love this storyline. I do. And you know what? While we're talking about Miss Burner, let me clarify. I just want to quickly say something.
Do you want me to step out of frame so you can justify yourself?
Do you want to step out of frame? Okay, that's number one. Number one, all opinions shared by me were mine, not Alexis. But let me say,
No, you did ask me, and I said, it's fine, just put it in.
when I watched it back, I realized I didn't ever say exactly what I was thinking. I was so activated myself that I felt like I was doing a lot. And yes, did Paola clip it out of context and put it on our social media?
She's always finding the one thing.
Absolutely, and it is funny, and
I
I
love
like
you,
that.
Paula.
And I
That's
like that
good.
it was out of context. There was no reason to like mention Miss Burner by name.
But no tagging.
But the one person who keeps going in and tagging her, we're deleting it on purpose. Here's my thing. I think Drag Race girls have every right to their piece. And if I'm criticizing them as on my own little YouTube series that they didn't sign up for, I'm not going to tag them in it. I'm not going to force them to see my critique because maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're not in that space. So I don't have a problem with it being out in the world because if they want to find it, they can. But tagging someone like, hey, they're making fun of you, look at this. That's gross.
That's gross.
That's gross.
It's immature. It's disgusting.
It's not good.
And just in general, as a reminder, if you're commenting mean things and especially tagging, that's not what we support here.
I think I made the point, but just so we're ultra clear, I don't think doing the soft, pretty girl makeup is right for her face.
Works for everyone. It doesn't work for everyone.
So I shouldn't have said she's not pretty. I think the pretty girl makeup doesn't work on her face. And I think she can be beautiful in a different way, in a graphic way, in a kimchi, Trixie Mattel, basically 2014 Chicago drag. That's what I'm saying. Go back there, look at all of our faces, and do that, Tina.
Well, don't look at my face.
Don't look at mine. Well, don't look at any of ours. But just look at the graphic liner.
Feel the vibe.
The graphic liner.
Feel the vibe.
But that's what I mean. Just the pretty girl makeup doesn't work for everyone, and it certainly doesn't work for her face. And I think that's fine.
And I think, if I may, you're saying that because you feel, and I feel similarly, like that doesn't always work for our faces.
Correct.
So we've learned that lesson.
I recognize
You're
it.
trying to share it with the brand.
I just don't see the benefit of lying to her. Like, I get the whole like all drag is valid thing that we want to do, because that's a very true thing, and it's a nice sentiment, and it's something we should all keep in mind. But not all valid drag is good, and she has vocalized herself on the show
valid
that she wants to improve, and she's trying to improve.
Yeah.
So why lie to her?
You know what? I
and
had
tell her
this
that
thought.
She's on the right track.
I had this thought when we were doing it last week, but I didn't say it. Have you seen her posters for her Hocus Pocus show?
Yeah.
With the other two? I think she looks beautiful in that kind of exaggerated Winifred makeup.
Yeah.
You just want her to try something different.
I just wanted to try something different.
Yeah.
I want her to move away from the pretty soft, and I want her to, well, we'll get into it with her runway, because I think she did it again. But anyway,
with the makeup,
Oops,
yeah.
She did it again. Chapel Roan comes in.
Awesome. So cool.
She's the cutest.
She's cool.
She's one of my top 5 favorite lesbians. No, that's not true. We've got more lesbian patrons than that.
So we got Paola.
She's my top 100 favorite lesbians.
Rachel.
And like most of our Patreon.
Yeah. All of them. Yeah.
And then Chapel Roan.
Chapel's a patron, right?
She used to be. I think our prices got too high.
Mm.
You know, those wigs are expensive. That's why she had to steal that wig from Tina Burner.
That was a cute wig.
Yeah, it was a cute wig. It wasn't on Tina.
No.
How interesting.
Okay, to your point, I'm going to say this. Hair Witch is incredible. Everyone should go support Hair Witch and buy them. When Hair Witch wears her wigs, they look huge. Because Hair Witch is a very tiny person. It's a Georgia style.
The Georgia effect.
So that wig is plumped. It is sizable. But on her, it looks huge. On someone like me or someone like Tina, it would not look as plumped. That's not to say don't buy Hair Witch's wigs. They're incredible. I wish I could style wigs like her. I'm just saying that's the kind of thing you have to think about when you are starting drag is sorry to quote Eureka, proportionizing.
Maybe you've been in drag for a while and you just need a new look. So what we'll do is we'll go through the runway was Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
Get it? Because horrors, and they just said horrors. That's funny. And the All-Star Rappin' Roast.
Let's start with Tina Burner. She is wearing this lily gown with the reveal. Now, I think the gown is cool.
Yeah, it reminds... So we did get a nice moment, a sad moment this episode where we learned that her mom has been diagnosed with dementia.
No, that's heartbreaking.
And so the lily is like, reminds of her mom. So it was kind of a tribute to her mom, which I thought was so sweet.
Yeah.
And it is beautiful. I just want to see bigger proportions. And with the lily that had the stamen and everything kind of plopping out at the bottom. What? It's called a stamen.
A stamen. It just feels dirty.
Wait, but give me credit, I knew that.
Well, RuPaul said it in the episode. But no, that's great that you knew it.
But I didn't take notes.
That's cool. Is that the thing in the middle?
Thanks.
You're so smart.
Get you a friend like Alexis. She's really good. There was a lot of volume at the bottom with the stamen and the such as, that when you came up to the top, even though there was a little bit of waist, there wasn't much. There wasn't much of a hip moment. And so I would have loved all of it to kind of rise up from the bottom to create a larger...
I'm going to say something that I have dealt with, and I still deal with. I feel like as a bigger girl, I don't want to put giant hip pads on and giant boobs on because I don't want to seem bigger. But the actuality is, and you've tried to tell me this before, the actuality is with bigger hip pads and bigger boobs and bigger hair, it does make your waist look skinnier. And in general, it makes you look more proportionate. So I did agree about the waistline. If she had bigger hips and something else, like it would have fit better.
And again, her makeup for this look, it's good makeup. It's not good for her face, but I think it's good makeup. She should be proud of the glow up of her abilities.
And the reason
but
you're
now
so
we need to do
activated?
something else.
Why is the reason you care?
Huh?
No, not to be rude, but why do you care so much?
About Tina?
Yeah. Do you believe in her? Is that why you want her to fix it? Or do you just want her to fix it? Oh, no.
Yeah, I do believe in her. She works all the time. She works so hard. People who work with her seem to really enjoy working with her. She could have an even more successful career than she does. But I think the main reason is like a lot of people like drag queens for the beauty of it. And she needs to add that to her face. That's what.
Yeah, no. Your feelings on it are valid. I'm just wondering why it's bothering you so much.
No one's telling her. And I think she'd be open to hearing it. I really do. Don't tag her. But if she searched this out and she watched this, I do apologize for the harsh words I've chosen to a degree. But I think she'd be open to hearing it. Because I do believe she's not in her final
There's
form.
something about her that has made her iconic.
Yes.
And we're not seeing it, and that is unfair.
And I want her to stop being the
like,
punching bag.
some
I want
other
her to
people in
stop
this
being
season.
the joke.
Yeah.
That's the thing, too, is like, there are certain, okay, last bracket, Phoenix, people were so mean about the way she looked and so mean about the way she performed.
Yeah.
But I didn't fight so hard for that because that's just kind of where she's at. It works for her. She's happy. Keep it moving. Tina, however, she wants to improve and the talent is down.
Yeah.
She's got it. And she's got the shows and she's got the network.
And the skills of the sewing.
Let's fix the last little problem that she even admitted was a problem
because
before.
you want it to go. You want it. She's
I want her
right
to do better.
there.
She's
and you want
so close.
So you should be
I'm
commended.
getting goosebumps. I just want her to be better, and I know she can. That's all. Okay, goodbye. I'm done.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, okay. But her rap. What'd you think of her verse?
I thought it was kind of like what you just said. Like it was almost there, but not quite.
I enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it, but there was something about it that I was kind of like, I don't think she believes it herself.
It's her nerd energy. I think she does, and I think that's part of the problem. But I think it's like her nerd energy coming through in a rap battle. She was doing a lot. I loved it. I thought the reads were really good. I have to say, I loved during the judging when Michelle was like, "You put too many words in there," which like,
oh my god! And
what?
Chapel was like,
it was a rap.
That's rap.
And that's what rap is, and I liked it. Chapel kept pushing back on Michelle, and I lived.
It highlighted, we've just, I think, become immune to it because we have to watch it all the time, but it highlighted the fact that these people are old as fuck, and their references are old as fuck, and their hearing is gone, and their vision is going.
Okay, well,
and
now who's being tough?
I'm 40, my hearing is going, my vision is already bad. I have contacts in.
I can tell.
And I have my prescription glasses. I loved it. I loved how she is just completely unafraid to push back on these things that honestly can be pushed back on.
I think Michelle...
And in a funny way. They were laughing about it.
Michelle has always been, but it seems like in these last few seasons, it's a little more obvious. She is a producer, and so she is trying to push these storylines.
Well, and also...
so her judging is very...
Well, and also...
What is it? What's the word?
Up and down.
Inconsistent. So one week she loves this, next week she hates this. And I love twins. I hate twins.
I love your brand. Stop wearing the same stuff.
It's just...
Don't rely on that body. You look incredible. The confidence. It is the same thing, but I do have to say, not to be Michelle's advocate, all of the judges are all saying good things and bad things to everyone.
Oh,
and the
I
producers
know.
are just picking up what they want.
But what they're picking... Well, that's what I'm saying is I think she does...
They use her as
the producer point. And it's fun to see someone push back and be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It was funny too. I don't know if you noticed this. Tina did fall a little while rapping, and that made me laugh. When she was on her way over to Mistress, she kind of slipped on her own pants, and I was like, if she had gone down, it would have been a tragedy. But time plus tragedy equals comedy or whatever, you know.
Up next is Georges in a very
loved
Poison Ivy Venus Flytrap. This is so good.
So good. Poison Ivy hair for sure, right? Didn't
Poison Ivy hair, but also
Uma.
Yeah, Uma. But just the makeup and like it's really good.
Gorgeous.
It's really good.
It's one of my favorite Georges looks, and I gotta be honest.
The hair is so cool. The colors together.
She killed it.
Watermelon.
In the rap. She killed it.
She
in the rap.
did kill it in the rap.
Killed
Oh,
it.
what did she say that made me laugh?
Everything she said.
Beast was funny.
When she called Mistress Godzilla and a one each.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was all so good.
It was tight. It was good.
Do you see the internet stuff about it? I guess like the day that the episode came out, Megami went on Twitter and was like, I wrote it. I wrote Georges' verse. Like I wrote another winning verse. I thought in just a way of being like celebrating the fact that whatever she wrote helped somebody win a challenge. Again,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Please stop touching my things. Thank you. I don't know.
Let it breathe for a little bit before you
That's
say.
what everyone was saying. Everyone was like, well, what have you done for Georges now? You've just kind of like immediately taken like her thunder. I don't know. Megami, she's protecting her own queer art, you know? Like, yeah, maybe give her some time. Maybe let Georges say it. But also, y'all are crazy. Leave Megami alone. She wrote something funny and she was excited about it.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'd probably do the same.
Yeah. Here we have Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia. She is a cactus with a flower on her eye. Then she reveals into... Now, I gotta say, yeah, she was the inside of the cactus. When she was pulling the thing down, yeah, she was struggling with it, whatever. The way that it was rhinestoned made this boob look so much lower than this boob. So that's all I could see.
Well, that's realism. Sorry, Alexis, it's not like porns. Boobs do sag in different ways.
No. I understand that. Here, I'll take mine off. You
No.
can see... What?
No.
But and I was gonna step out of frame.
No.
So you could see.
No.
I was gonna hold this one up and let this one
No,
droop down.
thank you. No, thank you. I've got so much on my plate.
The other day we were on
My best
FaceTime
friend
and I
is
was wearing
you.
I was wearing a stretchy dress and I put my hands in, I covered my nipples, like mostly covered them, and I did
'Cause her
that
hands can't
and
cover 'em.
Girls Gone Wild at her. Remember Girls Gone Wild?
Yeah, that guy was a monster. Is
Absolutely.
he dead?
I think he probably killed himself. Didn't
You
he?
know who's dead?
Who?
Desperate Housewives.
Valerie Mahaffey. We saw her at Porto's.
We saw her at Porto's.
The first time I ever went to Porto's, I saw this actress, Valerie Mahaffey. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And I immediately recognized her from
Was that
Desperate
your first time at
Housewives.
Porto's?
That was my first time at P, yeah.
Oh.
Now she's gone. I had my chance to say hello, and I didn't.
Well, she was enjoying her Portos, and
She's also in that show Big Sky, which started
one
off
of the
strong.
best part of Portos is just eating, the eating part. I didn't want to interrupt that, but now I'll never talk to her.
I've always said if someone I want to say hi to is sitting down eating, we don't interrupt that.
No.
But if we're in line together and like the energy seems chill, maybe I'll
She
say
looked
like,
great.
she looked beautiful.
I heard she died of cancer.
Oh no!
I know, that
they
sucks.
really got it. You know what?
We got to stop cancer. Why can't we do that?
What if we focused on
Why did
like
we go to space?
curing diseases?
Why did we go to space?
Well, they might have cures in space.
Oh, that's true. Let's go to space. Somebody get Kale King on the phone. We gotta get her.
Kale King.
We gotta get her.
What do you think about?
We gotta get her up in space.
What do you think about Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia? Cactus.
I'll say I liked it. Before the reveal, we've never seen anything like this from her before. It felt elevated. I will say, as you were talking about hip pads and such as for Tina Burner and how like I'd mentioned that I want to see you in a bigger body, like a fuller body, fuller figure.
Yeah.
You do the same with me.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
you've given me hip pads that I need.
you finally warmed. Didn't you feel so cunt the other day when you were wearing them? Because you know Alaska doesn't wear a corset. She
other
just
day.
pads. And it makes her waist look so skinny.
Yeah.
And you are a skinny person.
But that was, as I was hearing you talk about Tina, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, you were always telling me the same thing. And then when Nicole walked
But
out.
you were always telling me you wanted me in bigger boobs.
Which I do.
Well, now I
still do.
have them. Now I have them.
They're not.
Let me lift them.
Huge.
Let me lift them up. But I like a smaller boob
Mm-hmm.
for me.
So you gave me those hip pads, and the reason I, for a while, like,
Resisted.
really didn't want to wear them was because I was thinking, like,
It's gonna make you look.
why don't I finish my sentence? Let me do that. And then you could tell me what you would have said.
Okay. I'll go faster.
I think it was partly because my body has filled out, you know, as I've gotten older, and I thought adding more mass would make everything look bigger, which I know is not true. But it's a hard, like, thing to work yourself out of. Plus, I have such skinny legs. And there are times where I'll see RuPaul in a short look, and she has those big hip pads, and then they end at her knobby knees. And I always think that that's a weird look. I don't love the way giant padding looks on really skinny legs. That was another thing that was keeping me from it. But, one second. But when Nicole Paige Brooks said in the rap battle, she said that Tina Burner didn't have a waist or something. Seeing her reveal in her cactus look, while her body still looked gorgeous, honestly, before she took the thing off, it didn't look like she had a waist. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, girl, you can't throw stones. in your glass cactus.
She can't throw cactus, yeah.
But anyway, as I was watching Nicole, I was thinking the same thing that you had said about Tina, of like, it is hard. It is hard
It
to
is
like...
hard, yeah.
And maybe that's why I'm so passionate about Tina, is I'm like, I know how hard it is to see. I know how hard it is to see. But Nicole, I think, could also do with... I know she doesn't want to wear, like, big pads, but if she could pull that corset a little tighter or something...
Well, that's the thing is, you wear pads, you don't have to. The image makes your...
No, I know. I just wish she would have a little bit more of a waist. But I gotta say, A for effort for her look. Truly.
Yeah.
And her rap was hilarious in that it was so slow.
You know what I want to give points for?
I loved it. She just stood there.
Her reaction to all the other people's raps, she had the best reaction. She seemed like she was literally, like, I could imagine her sitting there during a real roast and being like, oh, I liked her reactions.
No, she had great reactions. She was just very slow.
Oh, especially when you look at this cactus with those hip extensions on and then you take those off and she does look,
But she has
a great body.
She has
it's
a
just
nice
very
figure.
Yeah, it's just not curvaceous at all.
Right. And especially if in a rap battle you're calling someone else out for not having a waist.
Lydia Butthole Collins Brooks. I think this is so cool. I love it. It's Tim Burton.
This to me read very much like she had 4 days.
Well, I like the way...
But I think it's pretty.
I like her style, though. She's always got this kind of swirly, drapey... She's got things going on, and the makeup is always really cool, and the hair is really cool.
No, she looks great. I would love to see what she could have done with maybe 4 weeks instead of 4 days.
Yeah.
But this is kind of cool, though, that she did this look and then went to film the finale, and so Susie Toot did a much more fully realized version of this look.
Oh,
she hadn't even seen it at that point.
That's probably similar minds. Yeah.
Now, her verse killed me.
Yeah, her verse was
I've
good.
listened to her verse multiple times.
Have you?
Yeah, I have. I keep listening to it. It makes me laugh. There's something about a sneaky little quiet twink being a total cunt. I love it. It feeds me. It feeds me because she's so quiet.
Feed me.
But her line about Tina.
Feed me, Seymour.
Shattering all mirrors, it's Tina Burner. People run and hide when she turns the Kerner.
I did laugh at Kerner. That's
when she starts with like, here's a bunch of buttholes or whatever, let's make them gape.
Yeah,
What the fuck she was saying. But just everything she said was so good.
She's a roast mistress.
And she's such a good performer. And Michelle's note of, you looked nervous. Bitch, where?
Get out of here.
Bitch, where?
Michelle.
That to me felt like a producer setup.
Get your eyes checked.
Moment. Yeah.
Speaking of producer, Mistress Isabel Brooks, she is the more glamorous version of kind of Glamour Toad. She's Glamour Cactus.
Yeah, she's Ginger Minge as a cactus.
She looks beautiful though. This is so cool.
It's funny. It's really funny.
And it is different for her, you know? She's always doing the pageant mermaid tail gowns, and this is cool.
It's funny. Part of me thinks she had to have known what she was doing in creating the Glamour Toad again.
Her look and her rap were both excellent, though.
Oh, her rap was so good.
And I loved the look in the rap.
Oh, yeah.
It was so cool. Yeah.
She was great. Her line about, I can't read Nicole Page Brooks because of the way Nicole Page looks or whatever.
So good.
So fucking good. Yeah. I will say I expected her to go, I don't know, I expected her to be a little harder, like a little harsher. I expect a little more heat from Mistress.
Yeah.
In her kitchen. As much as she's reading the girls down constantly, I felt like she went a little light on the roast. But still fun.
Carrie Colby.
Okay, Carrie Colby. Whoa.
Incredible.
Whoa.
That back train literally coming out of her back.
It, to me, can I tell? Yeah, glued to her back, where her tramp stamp should be. It was just...
Venus Flytrap Envy.
Venus
Flytrap Envy. So cool.
Part of me thinks that the
Venus
reveal...
Delilah.
The naked reveal was not supposed to happen at that moment.
Well, I think it was. It was attached to that thing.
Well, no, because later on, when they come out for the judging, it's not attached to the thing. And the expression on her face, she looked genuinely like, it was clunky. The reveal was like kind of, it took one of her arms back, and she seemed a little caught off guard. So I wish we had seen it walk down the runway.
Yeah.
Not like the big part, just the other
blue
part. Yeah.
That's what I'll say about Mistresses. The line she had about Carrie Colby, Thanos, or Tranos. Well, I'm Iron Woman. Look what happened to Thanos. Because Iron Man, you don't do Marvel, but Iron Man, he's...
Context clues? Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I liked that as a, just kind of a Cool. Here's my thoughts on Miss Carrie Colby. I think she's great. I think she's incredible, and I think she's beautiful. I don't know that this is her. This isn't her.
I agree,
but
I don't know.
You know where
Drag
she would be
Race
perfect.
Works for her.
She should be Real Housewife of Beverly Hills. I want her on a Bravo show. That's where I want to see her. She looks stunning in those talking heads, and that's all I want.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Drag Race is her lane.
Yeah.
The fact that she decided to do the rap battle but not actually roast them one by one.
I think it was
so silly to me.
Actually, I think it could have been good. I think it just didn't hit. I liked that she was being subtly shady and you still kind of knew who she was referencing, but it was specifically a roast rap battle.
Yeah,
I think it's good to roast
when girls
people
start
by
to
name.
kind of I'm gonna kind of flip it on its head. Sometimes I'm like, no, just do the assignment. Just
Yeah.
read the directions and just do the directions.
What'd you think about Chaperone's blow up doll look?
Loved it.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was brilliant.
Cool.
She
Me
looked
too.
gorgeous.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so we find out the top two are Georges and Mistress.
Yes, the
Do
Point
we
Sisters.
agree?
I thought maybe Lydia could have been up there.
I would replace Mistress with Lydia. I gotta be honest.
See, yeah.
Georges's from start to finish was, except for the
Yeah.
Lydia line. But yeah, Lydia's, I don't know. I just really responded to Lydia's. I really did. But I see why they wanted to do the Mistress thing. Georges and Mistress stealing points.
And good, yeah.
And now that they've won a challenge, now they are very much in the lead. So
LOL that they had to split a point though.
that's true.
That's so funny.
Oh, well, I guess Mistress's runway, though, was way better than Lydia's.
Mistress's runway gets extra because it was different from what she usually does. She showed variety in that moment.
Yeah, and Lydia's looked a little last minute. So I guess that makes sense.
I did love Lydia's though.
I did too, for what it was, but I could see the time crunch. I could see the time crunch in the velvet. So they do a lip sync to Hot to Go.
Yeah.
I wish they had done a different song.
Oh really?
It's just at one pace the whole time. It's all just like dun 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 dun. Like I would love to have seen.
Knee deep in the passenger seat and you're eating me out. That
Yes, exactly. I would have loved to see Mistress and Georges doing that. You know? We find out Georges wins, and then, whoa, wait, Mistress wins too. So they have to split a point.
They have to split a point and they have to split the $10,000.
Did you think that was a double win?
Sure.
That's how I feel.
None of it matters. They're both interesting to watch.
But it wasn't like a great lip sync. It wasn't a lip sync where when it was over I was like, one of the best of the season.
So here's the trouble.
I don't know who's going to win.
Here's the trouble where you get into with Georges. Georges is dynamic and incredible show-stopping, but we've seen dynamic, incredible show-stopping many, many times over the recent years. So it's not new to us. It's kind of old pink cowboy hat.
Well, I will say she has improved with her facial expressions to a degree, but she's still kind of giving dead baby doll eye when she's performing. There are times where they close up on her and she's making intense eye contact with the judges, but there should be a smile on her face or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you want to tell women
she
when
does
to smile?
the dead baby doll look.
Doesn't feel natural to me to gaslight someone.
Well, she's also a boy. Sorry to ruin it. Spoiler.
What?
I know. Yeah, it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, for her to split a point with them, I think was mainly just for the storyline.
Yeah.
Also, Mistress's reveal outfit, if that was not the most early drag pageant look I've ever seen in my life. She reveals into this bodysuit thing that's sequin and fringy, and I was like,
I loved
ma'am.
I loved the reveal she had in the last episode.
Sometimes her
was
her style is so on point, and then sometimes it's
pageant.
You got that from Silky Nutmeg Ganache, and I know you did. Anyway, so they both win half a point, so currently they are in the lead.
And next time we're going to see how they dole out the point. I did like when Tina earlier was like, there's one thing for sure is we're making y'all go first if you have to do points. You're not doing this again. But luckily they don't have to because they are...
I hope everyone gives their point to Carrie. I just feel so bad for her.
Yeah,
not
but
that I
Nicole
want her
doesn't have one
to
either.
continue through. Well, Nicole will be fine. Nicole's lived her entire life not getting points, and it's just made her who she is. Don't you think, in a way?
Yeah. She's not Nicole Points Brooks.
So yeah, we'll see you next week for more of that and see who goes and their points.
Oh, yes.
So if you enjoyed that, hit subscribe, of course, and notification bell.
Join us on Patreon, patreon.com/IMHOtheSHOW.
We're both on Cameo.
And you can go to Cameo now.
Which is exciting.
Yeah.
Also, what?
All of our merch is at dragqueenmerch.com. And every Thursday, you can listen to IMHO the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And on YouTube, of course.
And this weekend, we will be in Chicago for IMHO Live at the Den Theater, June 8th at 8 p.m.
As of now, there are like 4 tickets left.
Yeah, there's very few. So if you and 3 of your friends want to see it, you better do it now.
You better do it
now. We're so excited to see everybody. And for patrons, we will be filming the show, so you will be able to watch it on Patreon.
Yeah.
Don't worry. And I won't edit her solos out, I promise.
I get solos?
All right, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
I have a gripe.
Uh-oh.
I have a bone to pick with a gripe.
Uh-oh.
You know how some things we don't need to keep around, okay? Elbows on tables, okay? Credit cards. We don't need these things. They can live in the past. I have another thing that needs to live in the past.
Okay.
$2 bills. Now, I appreciate tips. I appreciate tips in all form. But $2 bills are stupid and they don't make sense. And this is proof right here that they could just make anything they want. So why don't they just make more money and give it to everyone and we can all have money? This is fake. This isn't real. It's stupid. Do not give this to me. It doesn't go in the ATM. It spits it back out. There was a man when
It does?
Yes.
It does?
Yes.
Why?
Some
It's
ATMs
money.
don't take them.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not money. It's play pretend. I'm angry.
Wow.
There was a man when I worked at the one of the cafes I worked at who used to pay in exclusively $2 bills and a
Gross.
$1 Sacagawea coins. Now I love a coin and I love a heavy coin.
I love a
and I love
heavy coin.
saying Sacagawea.
Who does
So
that?
I'm into that. But the $2 bills, we couldn't deposit them into the ATM at the end of the night. They don't even have a thing in the till. There's no space for a $2 bill, so you got to put it in the ones and then forget about it and then accidentally give it to someone as change and then you're like, don't have enough money at the end of the night. $2 bills are stupid. They don't make sense. And I'll say what I said 5 seconds ago. They are proof positive that we could just make more money. You may pretend stupid money and some places take it. Make more money.
So that $2 bill I got because I guess in Charlotte, North Carolina, that's a pretty common thing that people will do at drag shows. Like it's kind of like their Charlotte thing of like people like to tip in twos.
Well, no, that's cool. And I love that. I love it.
It's cool.
There
but
was
it's also
someone at the
annoying.
gig
It
we
is
were
annoying.
doing.
No,
There was
I get
someone
it.
at the
It's
gig we were
annoying.
doing that gave a lot of $2 bills, and I'm happy to have them. Thank you so much. I'm not poo-pooing money. I'm just saying, in general,
just
the
poo-pooing
concept of $2 bills is stupid. And if you can convince me in the comments that I'm wrong about this, then I'll eat my words.
She'll eat a $2 bill.
I'll eat crow pie. And that one's crisp and new. Don't tell me we can't make any more money. You made them. You made those. Nobody wants these. Make more.
We should get rid of pennies.
Although,
You know it costs like 2 pennies to make 1 penny.
yeah, but you know what? You know about squish pennies? You know, you put them in the thing and then you pick
Oh,
a
yeah, I love
picture.
those.
Yeah. My friend Sam does them. And so she just
They're
went.
so hot.
We just went to her
When you touch them,
50th
they're
state.
hot.
No, that's railroad pennies.
What are you talking about?
Squish pennies from the little machine. You pick a picture
and then it's
and
hot when it comes out.
Really?
Yeah. Is it not?
I don't think it's hot.
Oh.
Maybe like stamp pennies if you did like a big stamp or
Maybe
like a
that's
heated
what
thing.
I did.
Yeah. No, this is just a crank. It squishes them.
Oh.
So I don't know why it would be hot. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe it's just the power of heat.
We can agree that $2 bills are stupid though.
Oh, they're annoying. For sure. For sure. I don't want anything in my wallet that I have to think, can I pay with this? You know what I mean?
Put a
Like,
zero on the end of it. That's a 20. Give me that. You know
would
what I
keep
mean?
anything above a 50 or a $2 bill, I don't want it in my wallet because I would feel so uncomfortable going to a register and paying with a $2 bill. And I know it's legal tender and they have to accept it. But do you want to walk up to a cashier and be like,
ATMs
now before
don't
you
accept
think
it.
of anything,
So how
you're going to
legal
have
is
to
it?
accept this. You're going to have to accept this.
No.
You're going to have to
It fucks
take
with
this.
everything. Because there's not a $2 bill section in the slot.
Or let me ask you this.
I'll tell you what,
We're
though.
not in retail. Retail
I
workers.
have
What do
worked
you think of $2 bills?
I have worked retail.
Yeah, well, but you were in a bad mood the whole time.
I was, and
But
largely
people
because
who-
of $2 bills.
But people who are working currently, do you care at all? Because I will tell you this. When I was telling that to Curtis when we got back from Charlotte, and I was like, I have a lot of $2 bills for this reason. And I was like, it just sucks because, like, I can't spend it anywhere. And he's like, yes, you can. And he said, as a working server, that $2 bills don't bother him at all.
Well, he's chill.
I know that's true.
No, I am probably being silly about this. But $2 bills are for when you're a kid and it's exciting to have your own money
Yeah.
for the first time. And it's like
And you give a kid
kind of a
play money.
unicorn because it's like, oh, these are rare. Okay, then let that be it. Stop making new ones. When was that made? Give me that. L. So
Is for the way you look.
legal tender for all debts, public and private. Money is just paper. Why can't we just make more of it?
That's so true, bestie.
It doesn't make any sense. Also, who the fuck are these guys on the back? Why do they get to be special?
That's the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
And we are clearly upholding those values.
Well, we're still independent.
Are we?
Yeah. That's Jefferson.
2017.
See you next week.
2017? You're printing more of these? I'm disgusted. I'm not really mad. I don't like these, though.
You're gonna take that with you, aren't you?
No, I would never steal from you, but can I